In today's video, we're gonna see how do we set a strategy setting in RoyalQ. Let me go directly to the home page of RoyalQ, and this is the home page. Before I go any further, so these are just notifications. Before I go any further, I will just come here under mine, under this mine here. I tap under mine. After tapping under mine, come under my strategy setting. My strategy setting. Tap under my strategy setting. They will tell you to add one if at all you don't have any strategy. But for me, if I am having very many strategies here, so I will just tap here and add a strategy. So the strategy always depends on the capital and the market dynamics. Okay, the capital and the market dynamics. Under the remark here, under the remark, I can put in to always remember, and I can say $100. So if I have $100, those are $100. First buying amount, I always use 15. And where do I get the 15? I make sure I take 15% of my what? My capital. If I take 15% of my capital, what does it mean? It means 15, which is a percentage of 100, so it will give me $15. Okay, so if it is $15, it is what I put as my first buying amount. So it is already there. So once it is already there, so I have remarked my 100 strategy, and the first buy amount is $15. I will turn on the AI margin call, depending whether you are buying the dip or you want to go quickly from the market, depending on the market dynamics. Now, how do we get the margin calls? The margin calls, these are the number of times I want my robot to buy in case this coin or this pair drops downwards. And how do I get them? From the first time, I will use 15 as my first buying amount. Once I use 15 out of 100, that is 100 minus 5 minus 15, so I will be getting like 85 for margin calls. Okay, so if I get 85 for margin calls, so when I get 85 and I divide it by 5, so remember, after buying for the first time, I will change my first buying amount. I will change my first buying amount to $5. Why? Because I want to use small tokens of my capital, such that I cover the market whenever it goes down. Okay, and since I want to use that, I will go ahead to manage my capital well. I will look how many margin calls do I need, or how many margin calls do I get. If I buy each margin call as $5 and I have $85, how many margin calls do I have? So I will just get 85 here, and I divide it by 5 by 5 1 by 5 1, and you have a remainder of 3. So 35 divided by 5, I will get a 7. So there will be 17 margin calls. So I will go ahead here to put 17 margin calls. Hope we are together. You can give me a thumbs up, like this video, comment. Don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Then at this point here, I will take my total position take profit ratio to be 3.1. I always take a 3% for my profit and the 0.1 for the fuel fee, as we shall see in the future. So I go ahead for the whole position take profit call back here, and I put 0.1. I put 0.1. I go ahead also on the margin configuration. Then I have just told my robot of RoyalQ to when to trade for me, but once it is trading for me, I will make sure that yes, it is using, yes, RoyalQ is using a capital. Yes, it is. I have told it to use $15 as my first buying amount, and I hope to change to $5 as it completes to make the first order. So I want to configure my margin calls. Remember, I have here 17 margin calls, and for all the time I want to buy once because I have little capital. Now I may select 20 be my drop. I expect if the coin drops, it may drop by 20%. Okay, once it drops by 20%, what will be my drop per call? So it wants to buy 17 times. All right, and let me hope it will drop by 20%. How do I do this? How do I go over this? So I can easily go to my calculator here. I can easily go to my calculator I can easily go to my calculator here and I say, let me get the 20% and I divide it by, sorry, there are some numbers here. Let me get 20% and I multiply, and 20% and I divide it by $17. Okay, so you find out each drop will be a 0.1, all right, or a 1%. Each drop may be a 1.1%. 1.1%. So what do? I can say each drop should be a 1.1, but this point time around, let me begin with because I just need my drop to be 20 and I have 17 margin calls. So I always take time and make a plan for my margin calls. For example, I can say from 1 to 5 there is a I want to buy, then from 5 to 7, okay, to 10 maybe there is a I want to buy, then from there is 10 to 17. All right, this is 11 to 17, then this is 5 to 10, and this is 1 to 4. Okay, so this is 1 to 4, this is 5 to 10, and this is 1 to 7, this is 11 to 17. So all my margin calls are 17. Then I want to use a drop of 1.1 per each margin call. All right, it is 1.1. So I have to make sure this 1.1 is catered for in all the circumstances. So what do I do here? I can say I'm gonna use a 0.3. I can use also a 0.5, and I will use a 1 also. Okay, so I can take this 10 times. I can take the I can take this like 5 times. Let me take by 10 times, take that by quickly. So this will be a 3%. If I take this one if I take this one by, let me take it by 4%. How will it be? Times 4, so it will be 5 out of 10. So this is a 2. Will be a 2. So a 2 plus a 3, you will see that is this one. The 0.3 will work 3 times, and the 0.5 will work 2 times. So the rest will be a 1.1. All right. The rest will be a 1.1 to make our. So this is a 2, and the other one is a 3. So when you get them, this 2 and the 3, you will get 5, but this is 17. So for the 17 minus 5, we shall be getting 12. So the rest 12, I will be putting 1.1. I will be putting 1.1 or even 1.2 to make sure that I cater for that drop. I should be having a correct drop. So in the first call, I can say from 1, I've said from 1 to, I just put 0.3. From 1 to 4, I put a 0.3. From 1 to 4, I put a 0.3. I'm configuring my drops. So I want, whenever my robot buys by 0.3, it buys for me. So I said here, from 5 to 10, it will be a point. From 5 to, I said from 5 to 10, it will be a 0.5. Yes, you go ahead and you say 0.5 like this. So just make sure you can change. This is not the last thing. This is not the last settings. So some people may say it should be like that. No, it shouldn't be like this. So you configure your margin calls according to your drop. Okay, sorry, you configure your margin calls according to your drop. So I'm configuring my margin calls according to my drop. Okay, so I will just make sure, without wasting time, I will just make sure that when I add up this, all this column here, it comes to 20%. All right, so I will go from here. See, I want my robot, whenever the market goes down, it goes ahead to buy for me. Okay, remember this time I used there was a 3 and the 5, so I can even go here and I put a 1. I can put here a 1.5 to cater for the rest of the 2. Let me hope we are together. So I can put a 1.5 to cater for the 2 drop. Okay, for the 2 drop 1.5, because it was 17, so I can go ahead to, so that's why I've told you this is not the last thing. So it is done. So I make sure this side it is a 1 because I have little capital. Once you put 2, it means it will put $5 twice. Okay, if you put 3, it means it will put $5. It will buy 3 times using $5, so it will use 15. But because I don't have capital, I'll make sure that I buy once. Okay, so the multiple buying ratio, these are the number of times the robot has to buy whenever it drops by this percentage. Okay, whenever the robot drops by 0.3, it will buy once, and again when it drops by 0.3, it will buy once. Once it drops by 0.3, it will buy once till the end. It is like that. So from here I say sure and I save. I say sure. So I just make sure that the buying callback is a 0.1 here. It is a 0. Buying callback is 0.1, and the horror position take profit callback, this is always a 0.01. we just make it small such that it is triggered easily. So the distributed take profit ratio, I always take a 1.3. Let me check whether it is there. Yes, it is a 1.3 throughout. So when you are setting your robot, make sure you just know that at this point here, these sales from 5 to the last one will be sold differently. That's why that is the distributed take profit allocation. So we allocate the robot to sell our sub sales at different profit levels. Okay, sub position take profit callback, the take profit callback, sub position take profit callback will be a 0.01. It will be 0.01, and never make a mistake. Always remember to change this cycle to 1 shot. Okay, once you tap there, it will be 1 shot, and once you tap, it is a cycle. So as I look here, everything is done. So I will go ahead to save. So when I go ahead to save, you will see that my 100 strategy is here. You can say this one is 500, this one is 200 strategy. So those are the strategies that I have. So I have set this one of 100. Now, how do I use this 100? Once the coin is set in RoyalQ, how do I use my 100? How do I apply my strategy? So what do I do? Once a coin is given in RoyalQ and I have $100 and want to trade, so I will just come to the search button. I tap the search button. For example, I go ahead to search let me say banana USDT. So I love this coin so much, banana USDT, and it is there. I will go ahead to tap. I'm going to set the coin, but I want to use my strategy. So I tap here and I say I understand. Once I say I understand, I go down here and I say create. I go here down and I say create. So I will go ahead to choose the Martingale strategy bot. And down here in the blue I will say create. Okay, so if you have iPhone, it will be already having this, and if you don't have iPhone, you will have 2 options. Make sure you choose the down one and it's the next. Okay, then from here don't go any further, just look under the trade settings. So tap the trade settings. Once you tap the trade settings, make sure that you are already here in the manual create. Don't use the smart create. Only use the smart create if at all you don't know how to set the robot. Okay, but if you have your capital and you know how to set the robot, then use the manual create. So once you put the manual create, remember that our first buy amount was 15, so you place it there. Before you go further, because I want to use the already set strategy. Okay, don't even put the first amount here. So first come here, there is choose a strategy setting. Have you seen? So once you tap under manual create, you choose a strategy setting. Once I tap under choose the strategy setting, my strategy of 100 will appear. my strategy of 100 will appear, and I will touch wherever where this I will touch here where there is my strategy. Okay, I just tap under my strategy, and that is the strategy. So I will just tap in the strategy, and the strategy will come automatically. You can see that we set 17 margin calls, we set 3.1 call position profit ratio, we set only 0.01 profit call back, we sent it was 0.1 buy in call back. All right, so this is our strategy. So what do you do to the strategy? You only and only edit the first buying amount. Remember, our first buying amount was 15. All right, so once you change that 15, you just say save, and they would ask you, do you want to save? So you go ahead to say yes. Okay, so that is it. That is how we go ahead to trade. That is how we go ahead to trade, and that is how we go about it. I've been with this coin and it's still running, but that is how we do it. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching this video. I wish you well. See me in the next video. That's how we do it. Setting your own strategy, and the strategy always depends on your capital. So you just choose the signal that is given, choose a strategy and start it there, and then don't forget to change the first buying amount, and you are ready to go. Thank you for watching.